welcome to the podcast for When the Curves Line Up for September 29, 2023. Please see the article that includes diagrams of today's events on the website at whenthecurveslineup.com. Text by Jeffrey L. Hunt. In Chicago, sunrise occurs at 6:45 a.m. Central Daylight Time, followed by sunset at 6:36 p.m. Here is today's planet forecast. In the morning sky. Over 3 hours before sunrise, the bright harvest supermoon hangs in the western sky. Saturn is less than 10 degrees above the west-southwest horizon as Venus rises in the east. The gap continues to widen as Venus steps eastward toward Regulus, Leo's brightest star, and Saturn retrogrades. This morning the separation is nearly 170 degrees. The Venus-Saturn opposition occurs October 10th, and the two planets do not appear in the sky at the same time again until April. The moon is at the full moon phase at 4:57 a.m. CDT. By an hour before daybreak, the lunar orb is about 10 degrees up in the western sky, nearly 40 degrees to the lower right of bright Jupiter. The starfield behind the Jovian giant is difficult to see in this moonlight. The planet is retrograding against Aries, 13.1 degrees to the left of Hamel, the constellation's brightest star, 11.2 degrees to the upper right of Menkar, Cetus Nostral, and nearly 17 degrees below the Pleiades star cluster, part of Taurus. A binocular might be needed to see Alcyone, the brightest Pleiad, and Menkar. The planet show, this morning, is with Venus and Mercury in the eastern sky. At 45 minutes before daybreak, the morning star is 30 degrees above the east-southeast horizon. It outshines all other star-like bodies in the sky. Venus is stepping eastward in front of Leo, 8.5 degrees to the upper right of Regulus. Use a binocular to see Omicron Leonis, 2.2 degrees to the lower left of Venus. The Venus-Omicron conjunction occurs October 2nd, followed by the Venus-Regulus conjunction a week later. Bright Mercury is over 6 degrees above the horizon and 20.5 degrees to the lower left of Regulus. The planet is retreating into bright morning twilight. It is visible to the unaided eye, although a binocular helps with the initial identification. The biggest challenge to finding the planet is a terrestrial obstacle in Mercury's direction. An elevated structure or hilltop helps with a clearer view. Mercury continues to brighten, but it appears lower in the sky each morning. This morning the speedy planet rises 80 minutes before sunrise and loses 2 to 3 minutes of rising time each day compared to sunrise. In a week, it rises less than an hour ahead of the sun. In the evening sky, Mars continues in a slow-motion slide into bright twilight. The red planet is dimmer than might be expected, setting less than 40 minutes after the sun. One night after the harvest supermoon, the lunar orb rises in the east less than 20 minutes after sundown. By an hour after sunset, it is less than 10 degrees up in the east. Saturn is over 20 degrees up in the southeast, nearly 45 degrees to the upper right of the bright moon. The ringed wonder is south 4 hours after sundown. Tomorrow morning, over 3 hours before daybreak, the planet is low in the west-southwest as Venus rises. Bright Jupiter rises less than 2 hours after sunset, with the moon nearly 30 degrees to its upper right. As midnight approaches, the planet is in the east-southeastern sky and then in the west-southwest tomorrow morning. Thank you for listening. Please read the articles at whenthecurveslineup.com.